Hi there. Today we're going to be talking about Melchizedek. Who is Melchizedek and what's the significance of that? And that's in Genesis 14. Lot had been taken with the rest of the people from Sodom and Gomorrah and the other cities on the plain, and they'd been taken away. And Abram had taken his servants and some other people who were allies, and they had gone and recaptured them all, and they were on their way back down towards Sodom. And it says, and as they went past Jerusalem, it says that Melchizedek, this is verse 18, then Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. He was the priest of God Most High, and he blessed Abram and said, Blessed be Abram of God Most High, possessor of heaven and earth. And blessed be God Most High, who has delivered your enemies into your hand. And he, Abram, gave Melchizedek a tithe of all. Not just the loot that he'd got brought back, but all that he owned. So he gave him a tenth of everything he owned. So the question is, of course, who is Melchizedek? And we find the main answer, I think. Spoiler alert, I believe it's Jesus. And this is why. In Hebrews 7, 1-6 it says, For this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, who met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings and blessed him, to whom also Abraham gave a tenth part of all. First, the name is translated King of Righteousness, and then also King of Salem, which means King of Peace. He was without father, without mother, without genealogy, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but made like the Son of God, and he remains a priest continually. So that's who Melchizedek is. I think it's pretty obvious. It is a Christophany, which is a pre-incarnate appearance of Christ. Abraham actually had a lot of those. We'll talk about that in another Bible nugget, I think. So the interesting thing is he was called King of Salem, and the word that the Canaanites used for a city in those days was Jeru. Get what you get. What do you get if you combine those? You get Jerusalem, or Jerusalem, which means city of peace. Interesting, eh? So Jesus is the ultimate King of peace. He's the ultimate King of righteousness. He's also a high priest of the Most High God. So it's got to be Jesus. I don't think it can't be any other mortal person. Anyway, that's what I think. I think it's fascinating that Abram, on his way back from defeating all these kings, which God has given into his hand, he gives a tenth of everything that he has. Oh, almost forgot. The very interesting thing about where he met Melchizedek, as it says in verse 17, in the valley of Shavath. That is the King's Valley. That's actually the Kidron Valley. And the Kidron Valley is at the north of the city of Jerusalem, and it divides the city of Jerusalem from the Mount of Olives. So the Kidron Valley is where Melchizedek came out of Salem at the time and met Abram.